because it's a treat. It's a treat for me and a treat for all of us to introduce this gentleman that I'll introduce. Folks, not only is he a good friend of mine, not only is he like family, he's my mentor and he's my coach. He's the co-founder of one of the fastest growing organizations in the country, in this industry. And when I'm sharing with you that, our organization already generated $25 million in cash. That's real. That's not revenue, that's profit. And this gentleman is a co-founder of that entire operation. And he's helped countless number of people around the world become better moms, become better dads, become better individuals. Not just Maryland, not just Virginia, not just Pennsylvania. I'm talking about the world. This gentleman has contacts and business associates and get paid from multiple countries that he's never been to. Is that something you'd like to hear about? Oh yeah. Folks, he not only is he a co-founder, he's a President's Club member, which is the elite team of the top IPCs in the world. He's also a President's Council, where he meets with the president of the company on teleconferences just to keep the direction of the company, to see where the direction of the company is going throughout the United States. And he's in the top 5 IPCs in the entire United States. Folks, that ain't nothing to sneeze at. That's real talk, all right? And folks, stand to your feet and let's give a warm Prince George's County welcome to Triple Diamond Black Pearl President's Council, Mr. Brandon.
Stood up when he said stand up. Some of you guys didn't stand up when he said stand up. How you guys doing, all right? Great. Outstanding. Give yourselves a round of applause. I've been working on something as I've been traveling around the country. When I say give yourselves a round of applause, you guys gave a golf clap. How many of you guys in the sports? Raise your hand. You guys in the sports. When you're watching the game, do you clap like that when they score? Oh, no. There you go. So we're going to do it all over again. I want you to treat yourself like you treat them folks in the game. So here we go. Give yourselves a round of applause. All right? There you go. That's how you clap for yourself. And don't get me wrong, I'm one of them brothers too. I done lost my voice watching the game, screaming at the television. I'm one of those guys as well. But I want you guys, I've been just noticing, just from my reaction as I watch the games, how I react for other things that I'm passionate about.
Right.
And I realize I'm not even that passionate about myself when it comes to certain things. So as I'm traveling, I'm asking people to give themselves a round of applause, and notice how they was clapping. I said, no, we have to do better than that. We have to scream and yell when someone says, give yourself a round of applause. Are we okay with that? Yeah. How many of you guys lose your voice when you're watching the game? How many of you guys, when you lose, you don't even want to watch Sports Center, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to talk to nobody, you know what I'm saying? But when you win, you're just as happy as you want to be. How many of you guys are like me? I determine how my day going to go if we win or lose. If we lose, I ain't going nowhere. We win, hey, baby, where you want to go? There's a whole different element, you know. But before I get started, let me give it back to my business partner, Mr. Thomas Barry. He said some great things about me, but so you guys know, he's also one of the president's founder members as well. And that's that pin he has on his lapel. So he's a president's member, founder as well. He's one of our top producers. Matter of fact, I believe he was in the top 5 producers for 2011. He hit one of our prestigious positions. He talked about our organization exceeding over $25 million. Well, we have one position that in our 5 years of being in business, no one in our company, or I should say our team, has hit this position, and that's called Pearl Elite. And Mr. Thomas Barry today is a Pearl Elite. Does that make sense? He said, I wouldn't even be here today if it wasn't for Mr. Thomas Barry. All right, so how many guys only roll with people that roll? Does that make sense?
That's right.
Because he's a roller, I roll with him. When he tell me come down, I come down. Is that how it works sometimes? It don't work like that all the time? I was supposed to be here last week. How many of you guys knew that I was supposed to be here last week? You guys did? You weren't supposed to raise your hand. That slide. I was supposed to be here last week, but I was stuck in South Beach. How many of you guys would like to be stuck in South Beach? I was stuck in South Beach. We actually gave a a free cruise with our Mad Team organization. I'm going to explain to you guys who we are from a Mad Team perspective. We gave a free cruise to individuals that had obviously were top producers. Does that make sense? And Mr. Thomas Barr was supposed to be on that cruise, but because of scheduling and it was last minute, he wasn't able to make it. But we went out on the cruise, came back from the cruise. I knew when my partners told me, hey man, book your going flight, but don't book a return flight. How many of you guys roll with folk that say, hey look, book your going flight, but don't book a return flight? I already knew I was in trouble. I already knew there was no day I was coming back. But that's kind of the good side of when you have what we call money as an issue out of your way. When you don't work for nobody, you can book a going flight and don't have to worry about booking a return flight. I don't have no job to be at. Does that make sense? Right. So we go on the cruise, we have a great time on the cruise, we get back to Miami, we stay in South Beach. That Monday when we got back, we had an opportunity to hang with Flo Rida. How many of you guys know Flo Rida? Y'all know Flo Rida? One of his songs is Apple Bottom Jeans. It's one of his songs. There you go. Get low, get low. I got it. Get low. She out there making it happen, boy. And then that evening, late that evening, we had an opportunity to hang out with Deshaun Jackson from the Philadelphia Eagles and Chester Taylor, who played with the Baltimore Ravens as a running back. We hung out with them guys till 6 o'clock in the morning. Now, how many of you guys believe you've done some things in your life based on association? You gotta believe that? Just being with the wrong crowd. Does that make sense? Get caught up in some nonsense. Now, I want you guys to know I'm more of a church-going type brother. But I was in a place where, you ever hear folks say they make it rain? Yeah, watch out now. Tell them, James. Watch out, brother. Deshaun Jackson, they was making it blizzard. They wasn't making it rain in this spot here, Tom. We was there till 5 in the morning. It was still raining, bro. 5 in the morning. It was just bananas where we was at. Now, I was ready to go home and relax. But unfortunately, because of my association, we hung out to the wee hours of the morning. And I tell you guys, if you ever have an opportunity to travel to Florida, look up a spot called King of Diamonds. Nice quality spot. May not be for everybody. Does that make sense? I didn't want to go. Everybody say Brandon didn't want to go.
Brandon didn't want to go.
Until he got there. Then I realized this ain't a bad spot. But needless to say, we had a great time. And then on Tuesday, when I was supposed to be in Prince George's County, we actually got offered to spend the evening with Alonzo Mourning of the Miami Heat in a suite at the American Airline Arena. And we actually had an opportunity to break bread with him. And I don't know if you guys ever went to like a 5-star restaurant, but where we were sitting at for the game was like a 5-star restaurant. I mean, the quality of service. We had 2 separate waiters. We had food from all over the world, multiple countries, based on what you wanted to eat. I mean, it was just mind-blowing. So we had an opportunity. Now, would you guys have rather came back here? Or would you guys been like me and stayed in Miami? Can y'all tell Tom y'all to stay in Miami? You heard the group said to stay in Miami. He beat me up about that. I'm like, man, I'm in Miami, Alonzo Mourning. We had a good time, but needless to say, I'm back now. So, since I get back, it's all cold. You know, I'm getting sick, trying to fight the cold. You can't go from 90-degree weather and come back to 30. It just don't. The human body just can't function that way. Everybody okay with that? But we're gonna get through this presentation, guys. Very quickly before I get started, you guys are here to hear about 2 things. 1, helping people and making money. If you guys don't want to help people and make money, thank you for coming out. The door is back there. Does that make sense? All right, so let me make sure I'm talking to the right group. By show of hands, how many of you guys enjoy helping people? Outstanding. By show of hands, how many of you guys enjoy making money? Okay, so everybody good? All right, everybody good? If you're good, say I'm good. I'm good. All right, so we all good. All right, so let's talk about how we help people and how we make money. Is that all right? Yeah. Outstanding. I want to share with you guys more about our Making a Difference organization. I want you guys to know our organization was founded on 3 pillars, guys. Experience. We have over 12 years experience in the industry of network marketing. Everybody okay with that? Number 2, guys, we focus on entrepreneurship. We believe when you own it, you control it. As long as you're renting it, you have no control. Do you guys believe that or no? Yeah. When you own it, you control it. When you rent, you don't. How many of you guys control your income? If You control your income, that means you're a business owner. You work a job, you don't control your income. You guys do know that, right? Yes. Outstanding. So we also understand that when it comes to being a business owner, there are some advantages. We're going to get into those advantages as we go through the presentation. Number 3, guys, we were founded on education. We believe that it's not what you spend, but it's more of what you keep. Does that make sense? I was speaking to a wealthy gentleman over the weekend, and he was telling me, I hope you're preparing for taking care of your grandkids' kids. That's how deep we have to be. A lot of people today are living for themselves. Even though they want to take care of their kids, they financially can't do it right now. There are some people that are pretty stable where they're already setting up for their grandkids' retirement or their education. Does that make sense? Where some of us should be at, we should be taking care of our grandkids' kids. Our kids should be good, our grandkids should be great. We should be now working on our grandkids' kids. Does that make sense? And this is coming from a wealthy gentleman that I was speaking with over the weekend. So we want people to be educated on how to make moves to make that happen. And some of these moves are very small. They're long lasting, but they're small. Meaning you could, again, just put up $100 a month for the next 8 years for a child that's between the ages of 1 and 4. If you was to stop after 8 years and do nothing else and let that money sit, by the time they retire, they should be sitting on $2.5 million. By the time they retire. Everybody okay with that? All right, so there's things out there that can really help people understand how they can put themselves in a different financial position. Our organization, we focus on that, and we were founded on that. Here about our CEO and our president. This is our CEO, Ms. Valencia Palmfield, and this is Mr. Art Lee, the president of our company. These 2 individuals, because of their association, I was able to have the week that I had last week. Everybody okay with that? Right. All right, so more importantly, guys, these 2 individuals changed my life. My background is in microbiology. I created pharmaceutical drugs for 15 years. That's what I went to school for. How many guys got a job and say, hey, this is my job I'm going to retire from? Nope. Anybody ever say that? Yeah. Exactly. That's what when they hired me, they wasn't getting rid of me. I was in it for the long haul. Because I knew it was a great company, Fortune 500 company. They went over 123 countries, and I felt as though I was making good money, and it was something that I enjoyed doing. Everybody okay with that? All right? Unfortunately, things change. With the economy changing, the company had to change. Does that make sense? They put policies in place like, I don't know if you guys ever heard the policy, well maybe you will, maybe you have, but they had a policy in place that said, if you miss a certain amount of time moving forward, we have an option of letting you go, that means termination, refilling your position and sending you to another department, or just sending you to a whole nother shift completely. Now, how many of you guys ever heard of that policy at someone's job or your job? Now, here's what I want you guys to understand. If you give a job 30 years of your life, do you think you may go through some complications as you get older?
You're right.
So for me working here 30 years, if I miss a certain amount of time, you can just let me go? See, I felt as though that was a loophole. That was a slap in the face to me. Another slap in the face, there are companies now, and I don't know if you guys can relate to this, but there are companies now telling people, we don't offer a pension anymore. When you retire, you get lump sum. That's right. Period, point blank. There is no, pension that's going to take you till you die. You get lump sum. We're done. I thought that was another slap in the face. Things are changing, guys, and you guys are going to understand. Do you think the government can take care of themselves? No. So how do you think they're going to take care of you? Do you think we need to start taking care of ourselves? Yes. Outstanding. So again, these 2 individuals put me in a position where I was actually able to retire from corporate America at the age of 35. With this company I'm going to share with you guys today. More importantly, they had me focus on stop chasing money and have money chase me. How many of you guys tired of chasing money? Getting up every day in traffic, fooling with folk you don't like. How many of you guys just like to go to work tomorrow and just slap somebody? Just lay hands on one person. Say, it ain't got to be everybody, but just that one person you just like to lay hands on. What if I could share with you guys how I was able to put myself in a position where money now chases me? How many of you guys would like to chase money? Or would you guys rather have money chase you? Money. How many of you guys would run from money? When they run money, when they have to chase you, you just stand still and they tap you and knock you down. Oh, I'm on, y'all know. Here's what I want you guys to understand. I'm going to share with you guys some principles that I hope make sense. These principles change my thought process as I start to look at my finances and my life. Number 1, guys, focus on creating residual income. Residual income, great example is Elvis. He's been dead over 30 years. The last year he did over $50 million. Again, that's the power of residual income.